Alrighty guys, we're back for some Thopter aggro, and this is a Brothers War standard brew. We're going to go over the deck, then hop right into some ranked, but first things first, for anyone who may not know, I'm Redcat and I play aggro decks and any decks with red in them as well, so I hope that sounds fun to you. Also, we do got that Discord link down in the description if you're interested in joining that up. Okay, what do we got in the build here? We got a couple. Mishra's Research Desk, a 1-mana artifact. You can pay 1, tap it, sack it, exile the top 2 cards of your library, choose one of them until the end of your next turn. You may play that card. And then it also has Unearth for a 1 and a red, so pretty solid artifact here. We got 4 Voltage Surge for early game removal, and it's just very powerful removal, isn't it? Got 4 Iron Apprentice, pretty solid artifact creature. Got a couple Yotia Declares War. This kind of acts as a bit more removal for the deck, which is going to be important because I keep running into soldiers, a lot of soldiers. So for the first chapter, you get that Ornithopter, which is sweet. Second chapter, you can tap any number of untapped artifacts you control. When you do, Yotia Declares War deals that much damage to target creature or planeswalker. Then on the third chapter, it can help you close up games as you get to have one target artifact become a 4/4. Which is pretty sweet. Got 4 Enthusiastic Mechanauts, a 2-mana 2/2 with Izzet colors up there. It has flying. Artifact spells you cast cost 1 less to cast, so a very important card for this particular build as we're trying to run down as many artifacts as possible. And when that does happen, that's when cards like Research Desk really come into play, helping us grab even more artifacts from the deck and play them out with the Mechanaut ability. I believe this stacks as well, which is pretty insane. We got 4 Patchwork Automatons, probably the best creature in here. You're probably going to see a lot of this card floating about because there's so many new and awesome artifacts to play. The Ward 2 is just incredibly important. Like, it's insane how often the Ward 2 actually comes into play. So, also, whenever you cast an artifact spell, so it doesn't work with like Unearthing, where this Unearthing is returning, not casting, so just something to note, I suppose. We have a single Reckoner Bankbuster. This helps us keep up with certain mid-range builds by helping us draw, but also it ends up being a pretty aggressive card sometimes, so we'll see. I think it'll be worth having one of them in here. We have 3 Mechanized Warfare. Now this is a 3-mana enchantment. If a red or artifact source you control would deal damage to an opponent or permanent an opponent controls, it deals that much damage plus 1 instead. So I've been struggling to actually get this card to work, but maybe this is the build that it will work in. I don't know, we'll see. I think the 3 of them will be worth it. I don't think having 4 of them would be worth it in here, but we'll talk more about that in the final thoughts. A single Liberator Urza's Battlethopter, a 3-mana 1/2 with flash and flying. You may cast colorless spells and artifact spells as though they had flash. Whenever you cast a spell, if the amount of mana spent to cast that spell is greater than Liberator's power, put a +1/+1 counter on Liberator. So only one of them, because I don't think this card pairs very well with the Mechanaut. There's going to be games where maybe we can only get 1 counter on this at most. Other than that, I know there's more reasons to play this other than it getting buffed by its own counters. I just don't think it'll be worth having more than one of them in here, but we'll see how good it is first. We have 4 Reconstructed Thopters. A little bit janky, maybe, but honestly, in this particular build, I think it'll do its job. A 3-mana 2/1 flying. Yeah, not the greatest stats, but it does have Unearth for 2, and since it is an artifact creature, we can make it cost cheaper with the Mechanaut and also our Saheeli. We got 4 of these in here because it's going to be very, very worth it. A 4-mana, 3 loyalty planeswalker with a +1 where we get to scry 1. You may tap an untapped artifact you control. If you do, draw a card. Okay, the +1's fine. These minus abilities, though, are insane. So -2, create 2 1/1 colorless Thopter artifact creature tokens with flying. They gain haste until end of turn. Very, very cool -2 ability. It might help us close up games. Imagine just a turn 3 Mechanized Warfare into a turn 4 Saheeli swinging with those Thopters. Already pretty powerful, right? But the -4 ability here, first of all, it's not too difficult to get to that -4. You drop it, you +1, and then next turn, you -4. So you get an emblem with artifact creatures you control get +1/+1, and artifact spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. So very powerful Planeswalker as far as I can tell. It's definitely going to be worth having 4 of them instead of like 3, even though obviously it's legendary. Okay, on the top end, we have to do some rearranging, actually. Blitz Automaton has Prototype for 2 and a red, and you can drop it as a 3/2 with haste. Honestly, pretty solid little common card, guys. It's an artifact creature. It gets cheaper with the Mechanaut. The haste is very important. And you never know. You might actually cast this out for 7 mana, or, you know, if it's cheaper with the Mechanaut, you might fully cast this, is what I mean, as a 6/4 with haste. It's pretty sweet. I don't think it would be worth having more than 2, but maybe it's an MVP. I have no idea. We'll have to test out the deck, right? On the very, very top end, Skitterbeam Battalion, a 9 mana 4/4 trample haste. When it enters the battlefield, if you cast it, create 2 tokens that are copies of it. But it has Prototype for 3 and double red, and it'll be a 2/2 instead. So for 5 mana, you'll get 3 2/2 artifact creatures with trample and haste. But remember, Mechanaut makes that cheaper since it's an artifact. So there is literally a line of play where you might go turn 1 Apprentice, turn 2 Mechanaut, right? Turn 3 Mechanized Warfare into a turn 4 Battalion because the Mechanaut makes it cheaper. That's a pretty insane line of play. Now, I know that's not going to happen every time, but it's in here, so something to think about. Mana base guys, Crucible, Defiance, Soaring City, obviously, and then a couple Mishra's Foundries, which hopefully won't slow down any of our game plans, which one of the main game plans, of course, is making sure we get that turn 2 Mechanaut. Hopefully the Foundry doesn't slow that down too much, but we'll see, huh? Okay, guys, hopefully I went over the deck well enough. No honorable mentions today, but let me know what should have been in the honorable mentions, right? Like, what cards do you think would have worked well here? Either way, let's go ahead, take it into some ranked, and see how we do. Right into that first match, guys. Let's go. All right, opponent, what you bringing to the table, buddy? Some Grixis for me? Okay, I like this hand. It would be nice to see more land, I suppose, but we have 24 land in here. I think keeping a 2-land hand is fine. Yeah, I think that's completely a-okay. Dropping a Haunted Ridge, okay. So let's get the Mechanaut down. Although, Patchwork Automaton this turn into a turn 3 Mechanaut with a free Apprentice is pretty insane. Get a big swing with that. Yeah, I like that a lot better. Tenacious Underdog. I was going to say it can't be simple removal because of the ward too, so let's get that Mechanaut down. Free Apprentice. And I don't think we swing with Automaton. That's an easy block, and the Automaton's going to get over the Underdog next turn. Hopefully, right? So yeah, I like this. It's good. I think Underdog was a great play from the opponent to make sure. Okay, we're definitely taking that damage. Definitely taking that damage. Especially if we draw any land, the Warfare will hit and just make this board insane. Oh, we got some Jund over there. Well, there's definitely removal then. Probably keeping open removal too. Riveteer's Charm. Sacrifice. Okay, I guess the Mechanaut is a much... Yeah, we want to keep the Automaton. Thopter's good, buffs the Automaton. I think it's just Warfare. That's pretty nasty. A lot of extra damage, too. Well, 2 extra damage, but I mean, overall, as time goes on here. So the sacrificing of the highest, by the way, highest mana, so Something like Liliana, obviously, we would have sacrificed the Apprentice instead. Ah, Trespasser. Gross. I think they're going to save blockers now, yeah. Saheeli, great draw. Could double block Automaton if we drop like a Thopter. I think a double block is likely from the opponent, and I don't know if that's worth trading Automaton into... You know what? I'm going to go the second Automaton instead of the Thopters here. If we swing with Apprentice and they don't, I mean, we can kind of cheese through an extra couple damage here. They might block here and here. I think that's fine. We'll full swing. As much as I would like to keep the Apprentice open for something like a Liliana, yeah, the double block and we get to cheese that 2 damage through over here. Make sure we take out the Trespasser. That's important. I actually had a different deck planned for today, guys, but today is actually Thanksgiving. I saw these Thopter sleeves in the shop, and I was like, oh man, I gotta make a Thopter build. So yeah, happy Thanksgiving for anyone who celebrates that. They're pretty cool sleeves, aren't they? I like them. They're rockin' pies. I think overall that double block was pretty good for us. Oh, that's right. It deals that 1 extra damage from the warfare too. I was like, wait, what happened to everything? Okay, second Saheeli. Thopter comes down before combat to buff the Automaton. It's pretty funny, actually. So, it's gotta be more removal. Cut down the Patchwork, yep. That wards too, though, huh? Fun is down to 11, and honestly, it's looking pretty good for them. We need to find mana for the Saheeli immediately, but even when we do, they're gonna remove it. So losing... Oh, game 3? Oh, the War Chief is terrifying, guys. Luckily, we have flying and a lot of other ways to get into. Urza's probably going to be pretty good, too. I'm going to keep the Apprentice back for now. It's only 1 extra, so it doesn't kill the War Chief. They don't know what's in hand, though, but even so, it's still a block, I'm pretty sure. Keep the Apprentice back in case it is something like a Liliana, and keep the Thopter available for their turn. The Liberator, as we have 2 different Thopters in hand here. Uh-huh. Oh, they're gonna swing with it. I mean, that's a little scary. It has Trample. We're gonna take the 5 and see if we can close up the game next turn, because we could draw a land, drop the Saheeli, and maybe they don't have the removal in hand that they need. Like, Liberator's gonna hit, it'll get a buff if we can drop the Saheeli too, so... Oh, second War Chief. Oh no, guys. Oh, that's so bad. More life gain is terrible. Let's get that Liberator down. Patchwork Automaton is not a land, unfortunately. We are in danger, guys, as they have 10 on the board, which means simple removal for a chump blocker would be enough. If we go Patchwork before the other Thopter, we won't have it in the air. Either way, blocking here is pretty bad. Thopter can take out a War Chief, I guess. It would be nice to go in order so we can give more counters to the Liberator. But we might have to save it back. No, I played... Well... Yeah, the life gain's pretty brutal. Let's see if they have enough removal in hand to wrap up this game next turn. Because we have our chump blockers, which it's going to save us 2 life total, so they need to remove both of these. If they got it, they got it. That's what I'm thinking, right? Because while it is a deck packed full of removal, they only have 3 cards in hand. Oh, they can blitz the underdog back, though. Oh. Kind of forgot about underdog over there, guys. Maybe they won't see it. Maybe they won't see it. Yeah. Okay, they didn't see it. If they would have blitzed the underdog back in full swung, that would have been 13 on the board. We would have been forced. So this also could be... So that's 9 damage there. So opponent missing lethal is the only reason I'm in here. I should have kept the Liberator back as a blocker for sure. We have 6 on the board if this happens. If we don't draw a land, I'm just going to take the 9. I'm going to take the 9 because they still need simple removal here. Ow. We'll buff one of the Thopters. I don't think they draw. I don't think they do, but we'll see. Yeah, I guess if they wanted to find more removal. Yeah, that was a close one, guys. Be careful with the underdog. Sometimes it's easy to forget about, which is a little silly since we've been running against it for so long. I apologize for that. Could have been bad. GG opponent, GG. Oh, man. One thing there, we did have 24 mana in the deck. It's a little bit weird to not see the 4th mana after, how many turns was that? I actually don't know. It was a solid amount of turns, though. Pretty cool. I think that it would have gone much, much better had we seen more mana. And also if I was a little bit safer there and held back creatures. But yeah, we got lucky. So nice. I'll take the victory. Let's hop right into the next one. So yeah, so far the Reconstructed Thopter, it seems slow, right? But that Unearth, I really do believe that Unearth ability is going to just be remarkable. Ooh, no blue source. Yeah. This is one of those hands that I was a little worried about. You know what? We go first. I'm going to keep this. Let's see what happens. We could draw blue source next turn and be fine. But Patchwork Automaton's probably better to get down first anyways. Alright, let's go ahead. Get the Foundry, get the Patchwork. And they consider. We got some mono blue over there. Yeah, hopefully we won't need the Mechanaut right away. But the meta happens to be pretty scary. Ooh. The Warfare is such a good draw, but now they have 2 open mountains. That's a shame, huh? I'm thinking, let's start with the Foundry, keep Crucible for now. We're not going to run Warfare right into a Make Disappear. Okay, it lands. Alright, let's go for the swing. See what happens, because a Fading Hope still doesn't hit the Patchwork. Oh, Adversary. Ooh, a little bit of a different version of Mono Blue. Props to the opponent. That's a great trade for them. Unfortunately, because I decided to go Apprentice first to affect the combat, we can't get the Warfare down now. Go ahead and let all the abilities on the Declares War play out, especially now that they can like drop a Delver or something like that. So a little bit of a different version. Oh, it's rocking Curate in here too. It's a little scary, honestly. Submit 0. Oh, we still have to target? Even when we submit 0? Interesting. We got our island, that's good news. Could swing with the Foundry and be happy about it. But having the 2 mana open now... Yeah, I'm still keeping the Crucible back, and we're still trying to play around to Make Disappear. Let's start with the swing. Our 1/1 swing. Could keep Crucible open, too, but I'm gonna try to get the Mechanaut down now. So it's another artifact that if we can manage to get Warfare down next turn, then it's just a ton of damage. There's for Discovery. Gross. Gross. I can only imagine, like, the Haughty Djinn is going to come down as soon as possible. Next turn, they can drop an island, drop the Haughty Djinn, keep one island open, and then have all of their 2-mana counter spells open. So, we'll see what ends up happening. It's going to be a Delver, keeping 3 open. We don't want to forget about our Foundries. Okay. My turn. I guess we'll give the Thopter the boost. Actually, if they have a simple... Yeah, we'll give the Thopter a boost. It's fine. Because it's already a decent trade for us if they block the Apprentice anyways. So like a Fading Hope on the Thopter, it's kind of like whatever, you know? So we have the Foundry and then the other Foundry to buff it too. But we now have the 2 mana open to get the Warfare down. Can try to, at least. I'll try. We have 2 mana open. Make Disappear won't work. They need a full-blown counterspell here. Spell Pierce won't work. I believe that's pay 2 as well. So they need a full-blown counterspell. It lands, guys. Okay, so I'm expecting some tempo here then. Some Fading Hopes, anything like that. In other words, this is just big, big damage. Oh my goodness. They might be getting unlucky. So we're going to go into the Ornithopter. Because it's about to go back down to a 0-2, so at least it'll be a 1-3. They go for the second Thirst of Discovery. I think the opponent's feeling pretty confident here. I think that's what that whole turn was about. Like, they probably had something, but they're probably feeling pretty confident overall. What do you guys think? Yeah, another reason to go counter into the Ornithopter is because this is actually if a source you control would deal damage, right? And a 0-2 doesn't deal damage, so it won't actually get that extra 1. Okay, Rona's Vortex, number 1. Yep. And then probably another one or a Fading Hope. Okie dokies. Well, if that's it, we're probably... Oh, the terror hits the board, guys. Honestly, our Foundries can take care of terror, and we do have... Oh, another land. Ew. We have Evasion on the Mechanaut. Crucible at the ready. Let's go Mechanaut here. Instead of swinging with the Foundry, because I think they just block the Foundry. These are 1/1 colorless spirit creature tokens. It's too bad they're not red or artifacts, huh? Wait to drop that on their turn, probably. End the turn. Opponent will have 5 cards in hand. Impulse, okay. It's a scary business, guys. Very scary first couple games here. They swing for 5. We're going to take the 5. No blocks. We could chump with the Crucible, but also these little 1/1s might be enough to actually have us win the game too, so... Like, we can't forget the power-up on the Foundry. Patchwork Automaton, okay. Let's power up Mishra's Foundry. I don't think we play this first. Man, they have 6 mana over there. It's an artifact creature. A reason to play it first, I suppose, would be... Okay, let's give that buff. Yeah, if they remove the Mechanaut, then we won't be able to get Automaton onto the board, so that is a reason to play it first. Oh no, Spectral Adversary number 2. I really like the opponent's mono blue build, guys. We don't get to see Spectral Adversary a lot, and look at it just putting in some serious work over there. Oh, we get them down to 7 though, and they don't take out the Mechanaut with the adversary's ability because they hit the Warfare. That's actually really cool. And the Foundry's just chilling as a creature since they phased it out. I didn't know that happens. That's pretty sick. I guess at this point, it's anyone's game, but it's really, really leaning towards the opponent here because there's just so many options. Honestly, that first flash out with the adversary was probably an early nail in the coffin because Patchwork needed to stay on the board because the Ward 2 is just so important. At least we have another one here. They saved the Terror back as a blocker, which means maybe they don't have too much removal in hand. Apprentice for free? Yes, please. Let's go ahead, buff that automaton. And we have no choice, guys. We have to swing every turn. Because if we don't, like, yeah, there's no other options here. We can save at least a spirit chump blocker back, I guess, if we really want to, but do we want to? No, I don't think we do. 1, 2, a block on the Patchwork. Easy removal for the opponent. Keeping the Apprentice back. See, they have 5 open mana, guys, so I guess we do have to consider a little bit of what can we do on our next turn as well. So I guess we'll keep a Spirit back in case, so that way they have to remove both of these. For us to not be able to chump the Terror, which is probably going to be pretty important. Buff the Foundry with the second Foundry. Fading Hope, yep, we get to recast that, or replay it, I should say. This is still good damage. Was the swing with the Patchwork worth it just so that way they didn't chump another one? Probably not. Maybe saving Patchwork back would have been better. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. How many Fading Hopes are out of here? 1, 2. Rona's Vortex. They still have 2 more. Wow, another Thirst for Discovery. That's Thirst for Discovery number 3. Might be the last one in their build, but honestly, they're probably rocking 4 of them, so... Quick, easy ways for the opponent to refuel their hand. Guys, next time, we're not going to go for the buff on the Foundry. We're going to go double Foundry. Oh, they're going wide too, though. If this is another Fading Hope, then they're still in this. Okay. Buff Foundry. Buff Foundry. It's like I said, we really don't have any great choices. It's too bad these spirits don't do extra damage. It's trades here. They don't know what's in hand, but we're tapped out, so... Yeah, I don't think we have many choices here, guys. Those Delvers are probably going to flip next turn, too, so... And then block the Foundry, block the other one, take 2. If you guys saw a way through here, please let me know. Let's go ahead and plug that counter into one of the 1/1s. We have 1 Foundry remaining, and we are able to go wide enough here, but this has to be the opponent's. Unfortunately, Mono Blue is still very alive and kicking, huh? What? What? Guys, let's go! We got lucky again? It's my lucky day, I guess. Really? I mean, they did have a lot, didn't they? They did lose both of the Delvers to the blocks. They had the 3 Thirsts. Man, I'm surprised they couldn't find removal there. More Fading Hope? I wonder if that's their only Rona's Vortex then? I wonder if those were the only 2 Spectral Adversaries, maybe? Like, wow, I can't believe that, guys. Nice. I'm pleased. I wonder what was in their hand. Maybe it was just like 4 islands or something. Who knows? Let's get right into the next one, guys. I really do believe that this deck can have like a more clean victory, right? Those were a little messy. A little bit of luck was involved. I think that the deck can get a nice clean victory. This is good. We have the mana we need for the rest of the game right here in hand, so we might as well go turn 1 Apprentice. Prepare ourselves for the Mechanaut, and any cards we draw for the rest of the game is going to be solid. Nice. Yep, Thopter's great. Let's get the Mechanaut down first in case they decide to trade, which I don't think they do. They take the 1, yep. Even so, it would be worth it, like, just in case they traded, so that way the counter didn't go anywhere. Patchwork, nice. Okay, we will take the 2. We have our own Patchwork now, huh? Pretty sick. This is still gonna be, actually, we should keep these 2 open and see what they do here. And I think we'll go the second Mechanaut over the Thopter. Because now the Thopter will cost 1, and, like, seriously, anything we draw other than a land is just insane. Can you imagine a Mechanized Warfare for this build? Or for this hand? Second Patchwork? No, my bad. Second Mechanic. It's gonna be a land, not too bad. I expect a double block into the Automaton. Keep their own Automaton back. Double block with these 2 would let us take out the Wormlet so they stop gaining life. But I wonder if that's even what they end up doing here. Plugging the Apprentice counter into a Mechanaut could be huge against this deck, so they don't know what this card is too. Is it going to be the double block? Nope. Okay. Honestly? Oh, the Death Touch. Ooh, I kind of forgot about the Death Touch. Yeah, the Mechanauts have a lot of, yeah, careful. They easily had 3 or more artifacts there. Easily. That was probably still a worthwhile trade for us, though. Because now they don't gain the life. Man, that's a lot of damage. 9 damage coming in. Let's see if we can close this up. There's a... Woohoo, buddy! Alright, how much damage is that? That's an extra 3 damage. We can't close it up. We have to save a blocker. They don't know this is a mountain. I guess Thopter swings? What if it's just removal? Man. Yeah, we have 10 damage on the board right now. Was it really? Did they gain 2 off the Wormlet by chance? Trading. I guess a block with the Thopter would be better, so that way we can unearth it next turn. Let's keep the pressure on. We can chump the Automaton potentially, but I do think we have to risk this. I think we have to risk this. Because if they have removal, they have it. It's fine. It's going to come down to... yeah, it's going to come down to the turn here. See what they do. Ooh, Steel Seraph. Actually, Patchwork Lifelink is... Yeah, that's game. There's no way. there's no way. We take 6. And the lifelink brings them back up to 11. Good game, opponent. Man, I thought it was going to be a clean victory after I saw the Warfare, but the Seraph is insane. They probably just take all the damage here. So let's start with the desk and see what we hit off the desk. Because we could find something pretty good, but even so, I don't think we get past... Wow, Battalion. Wow, that's a 1-of in here. Wow, oh man. Oh man. That is amazing, guys. Holy cow. That's an extra 4 damage. That's 12 damage going through. I mean, can we like... Good game, opponent? What is this luck today, guys? What is this? I mean... Dude, oh man, wow. I'm just completely taken aback that we were able to find the battalion off the research desk. That was actually insane, guys. I thought the lifelink on the patchwork was going to be enough to just completely do us in there. Let's get one more game in, win or lose. I can't complain about the matches today by any means. Although I feel like the first couple we didn't get to like showcase the deck completely. I guess we kind of sort of did, but I feel like they were a little bit messy overall. That third game was beautiful though, my goodness. Okay, decent hand, honestly. Start with the coast and see about getting patchwork down before the Mechanauts. It depends what we end up drawing here. Alright, yep, we're gonna go Mechanaut, or Automaton, sorry. And hopefully this isn't more mono blue. Oh, it's not. Okay. Some control would be equally as scary. Okay. Let's get that third down. I feel like anything I play is going to get countered. And I'd rather the Thopter get countered. So we're going to pay all 3 for the Thopter. We do it before combat because it affects combat by boosting that Automaton. And if they counter the Thopter, we can always unearth it later on. So yeah, make disappear, right? See, we could have rocked the Mechanaut there, and that would have been much better for the opponent to hit the make disappear on. Although then our Voltage Surge would have been open, but against control, that doesn't really matter. Okay, they have 3 open now. This time we have an Apprentice to land too, so let's go ahead and attempt the Mechanaut first. If it does land, we have a 1 mana Automaton and a 0 mana Apprentice. We get the counter. Oh my goodness, we do this before combat because it's boosting that Automaton. Okay, a board wipe next turn would break my heart, but honestly, it's worth the risk, guys. It's totally worth the risk here. Like, it could be a 3 mana Fading Hope for the Automaton. Silver Scrutiny, find the board wipe. That's the opponent's concept by going for the draw. Don't do it, opponent. Don't do it. It'll break my heart. Oh, temporary lockdown. That's one we don't see every day. I'm not even mad about that. I probably should be a little upset about it, but like it's totally fine. Let's unearth this while we can. Get that extra 2 damage through. I know like we could unearth it later on with like a warfare on the board or something like that, but yeah, I don't think we have a way to clear up the lockdown. So this one is not looking great. We might actually have enough time to go into one more. Yeah, we need... Yeah, we don't see this every day, man. That just cleans it up so nicely. Oh, draw 3 off the scrutiny. It's gotta be a nail in the coffin, right? Let's go another, because I really want to go for one more game here. Let's go one more turn. No, let's go 2 more turns. Opponent's playing pretty fast. And so we might still be able to get this damage through. We do have hasty creatures in here, so... Right into... They're gonna take the 2. So no Emperor. I wonder then. Yeah, temporary lockdown's perfect for this build. Most of our creatures are 2 or less, and then each non-land permanent with mana value 2 or less. Yeah, and then we got ways to generate counters in here too. I mean tokens. Apologize, guys. I've been all over the place with my words today. Interesting. Soul Partition. Okay. I mean, I don't think we can get that 6 through. Ah, man, I really want to play one more game, but at the same time, I don't want to necessarily concede here. We could see like a battalion off the top again, and maybe the opponent can't deal with that, you know? So let's just wait. Let's wait a couple more. Like, I know there's so much. So now they can't make disappear the Mechanaut. We get a counter on the Automaton. There's so much removal in a deck like this, though. And at any moment, the Wandering Emperor can land too. Yeah, there's the Wandering Emperor. Good news about that is the Voltage Surge actually... Oh my goodness, they go for the 2-2. That's perfect. Might get this 2 damage through, guys. We might, we'll see. Yeah, it does look like this will be the last game, guys. I'm gonna play this out. I was on the fence about conceding here. But, oh, nice, nice. They found the counter spell. I can't believe how lucky we've been today, though. So maybe the luck hasn't run out. Like, what if, guys? Yeah, like right now, honestly, the Battalion, they have 2 mana open. If we top deck a Battalion, it might land and it might win. Okay, they get a blocker down. Even so, just the 2 mana over here. Ah, couple blockers. Well, this gets through in the air. Yeah, the couple blockers stops the Battalion play. And another Soul Partition, actually bringing them down to 5. Soaring City. Actually not too bad. Go ahead and send it back to them. Yeah, this has to be the opponent's, right? This temporary lockdown was insane. I thought it was going to be a simple depopulate, right? Just another normal board wipe that we see. We just don't see lockdown often. It's a pretty good addition for a build like this. Wow, these both have vigilance, huh? That's pretty insane. These spirit tokens are pretty insane. That's really cool, man. I see why everyone's hyped over the new Teferi. Let's try to get that swing in the air here. We're completely ignoring the Planeswalkers and just going face. Because the opponent is technically low enough to where they might be a little bit afraid. And it looks like they'll be able to actually close up the game too. So I'm glad we played this one out, guys. You know, control players never actually get to finish a game, so... Oh, nice! Nice. Union of the Third Path, gaining them 5 life here. That's gross, man, and that pairs beautifully with the Teferi. Oh, we're definitely letting them close this out. Down to 8. They have 10 on the board, and I think we will go Soaring City for one of these. Oh, yeah, they both get a buff on their main draw, too. Oh, wow. They have 14 on the board, then the Wandering Emperor's ability makes it 15. Oh, my goodness, guys. Woo, buddy. I gotta be real with you guys. When I'm up against control, usually at this point... This is actually insane. Usually by this point, we win. I haven't lost to too much control over the last week since Brothers War has come out, so... Oh, they might be able to counter this ability. Channel is a little bit more difficult to counter, but they might have something here. Pretty cool opponent, GG. Oh. Down to 4. Okay. We're in this, guys. Let's see the... Battalion off the top still doesn't do it, unfortunately. Ah, they go back up to 10 here. Another Mechanaut. Let's drop them the GGs. Let's go ahead and use our favorite emote too, because against control, I can't think of a better place to drop this emote. The temporary lockdown. What's really cool though about this match is it really shows how fast the deck can be and why I actually was able to call it an aggro build, right? Oh wow, they give us a draw here. It's not gonna help, there's nothing we can really do. We don't have a second Soaring City. Oh, Warfare, nice. GG's opponent. This Teferi looks very, very scary. Honestly, could this be in a top end of a particular, like, I don't know, some kind of like, maybe like ninjas or something. Maybe not, I don't know. That'd be cool though. All right, let's go ahead, go over the deck one more time. Like I said, I'm happy I played that one out, because you never know. Like, we thought we were going to lose that mono blue no matter what, and then the opponent didn't have anything, so we got there somehow. Here's the deck list, guys. I'm pleased. I like it. It was pretty fun. I would have liked to see more Saheeli today. I would have liked to see a little bit more consistency overall, like especially in those early games. But all in all, I suppose it was pretty consistent, wasn't it? And when we did get lucky, it's kind of just insane, man. Should we go up to 2 battalions? I don't have 2, unfortunately, but maybe that would be worth it. Like, think about how good the battalion was, and then paired with Mechanaut, this card can just be absolutely broken. A couple Mechanauts on the board, this being 3 mana. I know we don't always have a couple Mechanauts, but still, it's kind of insane. The research desk was sweet, Voltage Surge was fine, Apprentice is good, Declares War was good. Patchwork was obviously an MVP in most of those games. Like, imagine if the opponent didn't have that board wipe, we would have just won, and that's kind of the point of aggro, right? Put on so much pressure that the opponent is literally forced to have a board wipe. Like, a single spot removal doesn't do it, right? So Patchwork does that, and it really forces board wipes, and they had that lockdown, unfortunately, but, like, you know, it's good. It's good that they were forced to have that, you know? Because a lot of the times they miss it, and yeah, it happens a lot more than you'd think, I suppose, where they miss the board wipe. Mechanized Warfare was really good. The Reconstructed Thopter, it fits the theme, but honestly, it wasn't that bad. Having the evasion on here was kind of key, wasn't it? Being able to unearth is fine too, especially if you're unearthing to a more powerful board state, like having the warfare down. And again, the evasion, the flying, happens to be very powerful. Blitz Automaton, we didn't see it today, did we? Oh no, I don't think we did. We might have. Kind of forget right now. I don't think we did. I still think it would be worth it. Like, that prototype ability is just solid. The prototype cards in general are pretty powerful, aren't they? The Foundry was pretty good today too. It didn't really slow us down. Not like we thought it was, but it didn't end up slowing us down in that match, did it? When we had the double Foundry, it actually ended up being pretty good and pretty key to that victory too, huh? Well, either way, guys, enough rambling. What would you guys add or take out? Let me know in the comments. I'm pretty satisfied. I would like to play more matches with this. In the future, we'll have to revisit some kind of Thopter aggro, or just artifact aggro in general. I just wanted to go with a Thopter theme today because of this awesome sleeve. But yeah, either way, guys, if you made it this far into the video, y'all are champions, and I super duper appreciate you, and I will see you in the next video.